Okay, let us solve the third part of question number 9. The third part of question number 9 is, there are 4 points. First one is 4,5, second one is 7,6, third one is 4,3 and fourth one is 1,2. Okay, so these are the 4 points that are given in third part of question number 9. Let us say this is A, this is B, this is C and this is D. Now again we need to follow the same process that we have applied in first 2 questions, but please remember that अगर हमें सेम प्रोसेस भी फॉलो करना है लेकिन फिर भी दोनों क्वेश्चन जो हमने सॉल्व करे उनमें रिजल्ट बिल्कुल अलग अलग थे. सो प्रोसेस फॉलो करना तो आसान है, लेकिन जो फाइनल रिजल्ट है, जो फाइनल इंटरप्रिटेशन है, जो रिजल्ट आ रहा है उसे डिड्यूस करना, उसे समझना सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो इसीलिए ये ना समझें कि ये क्वेश्चन भी बिल्कुल वैसा ही है, डायरेक्ट सेम प्रोसेस चलेगी, आंसर भी उसी तरह से निकलेगा, ऐसा नहीं है. Okay, you need to solve this and try to deduce what exactly the result is. Okay, जरूरी नहीं है कि जैसा हमने पहले केस में स्क्वायर बना के देखा, दूसरे केस में कोलिनियर पॉइंट्स को देखा, तीसरे केस में भी ऐसा ही कुछ आ जाए. हो सकता है तीसरे केस में कुछ और तरह की चीज आ जाए. ओके, इट मे बी पॉसिबल. तो इसीलिए हम इसको भी पूरा सॉल्व करके देखेंगे और फाइनल रिजल्ट तक इसको सॉल्व करेंगे. सो द सेम प्रोसेस, इट मीन्स हमें यहाँ पर भी ए बी लेंथ निकालना है, बी सी लेंथ निकालना है, सी डी, देन ए डी, देन ए सी एंड देन बी डी. इन सभी लेंथ्स को हमें कैलकुलेट करना है. लेट अस फर्स्ट कैलकुलेट लेंथ ऑफ ए बी. ए बी इज इक्वल्स टू स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ, नाउ ए बी इज व्हाट, x1, this will be x1 y1, this will be x2 y2. So x2 minus x1, 7 minus 4 is 3 and square of this plus y2 minus y1 will be 1 and square of this. Okay, square of this, so it will be 4, this will be 3 square is 9, 9 plus 1 is root of 10. So this is AB. Now after this let us calculate BC. What is the length of BC? The length of BC will be square root of, this will be x1 y1, this will be x2 y2. So x2 minus x1 will give you 4 minus 7 is minus 3 whole square plus 3 minus 6 will give you minus 3 whole square. This will be square of 3 is 9, square of 3 is 9, 9 plus 9 is 18. So this will be square root of 18. Okay. Similarly, let us calculate the length of CD. The length of CD is, this will be x1 y1, x2 y2. So x2 minus x1, 1 minus 4 is minus 3 whole square plus y2 minus y1 will give you minus 1 whole square. So this will become, this is 3 square is 9, 1 square is 1, that is minus 3 square is 9 and minus 1 square is 1. So 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay. Similarly, the length of AD. AD will be equals to, this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So x2 minus x1 will give you minus 3 square plus y2 minus y1 will again give you minus 3 square. Okay, and this will be square root of 3 square is 9, this 3 square is also 9. So 9 plus 9 is 18. So this is 18. Now we have calculated the first 4 distances. What result can we draw from these 4 distances? What is the result that we can deduce by calculating these 4 values? You can see a very interesting phenomena, a very interesting pattern here, that AB and CD are equal and BC and AD are equal. Okay, so if my figure is a quadrilateral like this is A, B, C and D, you can see AB is equals to CD. This is AB and CD, these two lengths are equal, and this BC, this one this is BC and this AD are equal. So if in a quadrilateral opposite sides are equal, then they can be parallel. Yes, they have to be parallel. If opposite sides in a quadrilateral are equal, then they are parallel. Okay, they have to be parallel. So what kind of quadrilateral it will be known as if opposite sides are equal? I will call this quadrilateral as a parallelogram. Okay, it will form a parallelogram because opposite sides are equal. Okay, so it is forming a parallelogram. This is what we have deduced. Now, since opposite sides are equal but adjacent sides are not equal, adjacent means just joining side. This AB is not equal to BC. So it can't be a rhombus or it can't be a square. So this is what we have deduced. It is not a rhombus, it is not a square, but it is a parallelogram. So this is what we have deduced. Now, a parallelogram can also be a rectangle, because in rectangle also what you have? In rectangle you have opposite sides are equal but adjacent sides are unequal. That is, this AB will be equal to CD and this BC will be equal to AD, but this AB will not be equal to BC. AB will not be equal to BC. Okay, then it can be a rectangle, but there is a special condition for this parallelogram to become a rectangle. That condition is one of the angles should be equal to 90 degree. So if somehow I prove that one of the angle of this quadrilateral of this parallelogram is 90 degree, then it will automatically become a rectangle. Okay, till now I have just proved that this is a parallelogram. So can we try to prove that one of the angle is 90 degree? Yes, it's very easy. Again the same process, same method that we have applied to prove a rhombus as a square. What we will do, this is our ABCD parallelogram. If I want to prove this angle as 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, then in this triangle, this ABC triangle should follow Pythagoras theorem. Then only I can prove that this angle is 90 degree. So if this angle is 90, then this AC should be hypotenuse, this BC should be perpendicular and this AB should be base. So what is the length of AC? Let us calculate the length of AC. AC will be equals to square root of, this is x1 y1 x2 y2. So x2 minus x1 is 0 square plus y2 minus y1 is minus 2 square. Okay, so this will give you 0 plus 4, that is 4. So square root of 4 will give you 2, or let us write it as square root of 4 only. Okay, this is the length of AC. Now let us check, let us verify Pythagoras theorem in this triangle. So in triangle ABC, I can write AC square and BC square plus AB square. Let us try to prove this relation. What is AC? AC is square root of 4. So AC square, I can write it as square root of 4 whole square is equals to BC. The length of BC is what? It is square root of 18. So square root of 18 whole square plus the length of AB is what? It is square root of 10. So square root of 10 and square. Okay, so this square root of 4 will give you square of 4. This will give you 18 and 10. 18 and 10 is 28. Is 4 equals to 28? क्या 4 28 के बराबर हो सकता है? No. It means 4 is not equal to 28. That is, LHS is not equal to RHS. It means this triangle ABC is not following the Pythagoras theorem. If it is not following the Pythagoras theorem, then this angle is not 90 degree. and if this angle is not equal to 90 degree, I can say that this parallelogram is not a rectangle. Okay, I will repeat the conclusion. I am saying that since this triangle do not follow Pythagoras theorem, this is what we have proved, LHS is not equal to RHS. So this triangle do not follow Pythagoras theorem, it means this angle is not a right angle. Okay, this is not a 90 degree angle, and if this angle is not a right angle, then this parallelogram cannot be a rectangle. So what we have deduced that this 4 coordinate, these 4 points are forming a parallelogram but not a rectangle. Okay, they are forming a parallelogram. This quadrilateral is a parallelogram, but it is not a rectangle. Okay, so in answer we will write only parallelogram but not rectangle. Okay, only parallelogram but not rectangle. So this is the solution for third part of question number 9, and you can very clearly see that in all the parts of this question number 9 the process was same, the methodology was same, that we calculated these distances, but the conclusions are different in all the cases, and there may be further cases also in which you will have something else, something extra to determine. Okay, but the basic process will remain same. So if you have any kind of question like this, exam में अगर ऐसा कोई question आता है, just deduce these values and then try to conclude. Okay, so this is the question number 9 that we have completed. Let us move to question number 10. Let us solve question number 10. Question number 10 says, find the values of y for which the distance between the points p 2, minus 3 and q 10, y is 10 units. Okay, so in question number 10 we are given with 2 points. Okay, now let us solve the question number 10. Question number 10 is, find the values of y for which the distance between the points p 2, minus 3 and q 10, y is 10 units. Okay, so question number 10, it says that there are 2 points. First one is p, that is 2, minus 3, and the second point is q, which is 10, y, and it is given that distance between these 2 points pq is equals to 10 units. So we are given with these conditions. Okay, ये condition हमें given है, pq is equals to 10 units, and we need to determine the value of y. So this question is very simple. What you need to do to determine the value of y, let us calculate the distance between these 2 points by using the distance formula. Okay, so according to distance formula, pq will be square root of, this will be x1 y1, this will be x2 y2. So x2 minus x1 will give you 10 minus 2, that is 8 square, plus y2 minus y1. So y2 minus of minus 3 will give you plus 3. So it will give you y plus 3, and this is square of this y plus 3. It will give you square root of 64 plus, opening this bracket, y plus 3 whole square, it will give you y square plus 6y plus 9. Okay, so this is pq and this is also pq. What we can do, we can equate both the values. So by equating, you will get square root of 64 plus 9 will give you 73 plus y square plus 6y equals to 10. Okay, this is what we will get. Now this is 73 because 64 plus 9 is 73. This y square as it is, 6y as it is, equals to 10. By squaring both sides, when you square both the sides, what result you will get? You will get 73 plus y square plus 6y is equals to 100, because this square of this 10 will give you 100. Okay. Now further simplifying this, you will get y square plus 6y, and this is 73 and this is 100. So when you shift 100 from RHS to LHS, 73 minus 100, what is 73 minus 100? First subtract 70 from 100, it will give you 30. Then subtract 3 from 30, it will give you 27. So this will become minus 27 is equals to 0. Okay. Now this forms a quadratic equation, and we know how to solve this quadratic equation. You can use any method to solve this quadratic equation. Either you can go by quadratic formula, or you can go by forming the complete squares, or by the splitting the middle term. Okay, any method you can use. We have understood, we have studied all these methods in very detailed form. Okay. Now let us solve this. So I am directly writing the values. This is y square. Now this 27 can be split into 3 into 9. 9 3s are 27, and when you subtract 9 and 3, it will give you 6. That's why I am directly writing this y square, then 9y minus 3y minus 27 is equals to 0. Okay. Now taking y as common, it will give you y plus 9, and minus 3 as common, it will give you y plus 9, again it will be 0. So it will give you y plus 9 and y minus 3 is equals to 0. Now y plus 9 is equals to 0 into y minus 3 is equals to 0. Okay, these two terms, and we have understood that if these two polynomials equal to 0, then the value of y plus 9 can be 0 or y minus 3 can be 0. Okay. So from this you can get y is equals to minus 9 or y is equals to 3. Okay. So we have two different values of y, that is y equals to minus 9 and y equals to 3. Why we have two values? Because there can be two different points of this y. Okay. This x coordinate is fixed, that is 10, and this y can be two different values, can have two different values, for which its distance from this P point will be equals to 10 units. Okay, you will understand this, you will learn these concepts in detail in class 11th in straight lines, in coordinate geometry when you study in class 11th in mathematics. Okay, so till now we have just understood that there can be two values of y, that's it. Okay, we need to understand this, and we will limit our discussion only up to this point. So y equals to minus 9, y equals to 10. So what can be q? Q point can be 10 comma minus 9, or q point can be 10 comma 3. Okay. So the values of y are minus 9 and 3. These are the two values that we are going to have. So this is the solution for question number 10. So one more question left, that is question number 11. Let us discuss this question also. Question number 11 says, if q 0 comma 1 is equidistant from p 5 comma minus 3 and r x comma 6, find the values of x. Also find the distances qr and pr. Okay, so it says so question number 11, it says there is a point q 0 comma 1 which is equidistant from p 5 comma minus 3 and r x comma 6. So if this is q point, this is p point 5 comma minus 3, and this is r point x comma 6. And according to question, it is given that this q point is equidistant from both the points. Okay, that is qp is equals to qr. Okay, qp is equals to qr, ऐसा given है. Now what is qp? QP can be calculated very easily using this values, these coordinates. This will be x1 y1, this will be x2 y2. So what is the length of QP? In place of QP I can write square root of 5 minus 0, that is 5 square, plus minus 3 minus 1 will give you minus 4 and square. Okay, this will be equals to square root of this QR. QR will be length of this line. This coordinate is 0 1, this is x6. So this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So in place of QR I can write square root of x2 minus x1, that is x square, plus y2 minus y1, that is 5 square. Okay. Now by squaring both the sides, what we will do, we will square both the sides. So by squaring both sides, so when you square both the sides it will become 5 square plus 4 square is 16. Okay, this 5 square is 25 and this 4 square is 16. It will give you x square plus 25, and you can see we can very easily subtract this 25 and 25. We can cancel these two terms and we are left with x square is equals to 16. Now if x square is equals to 16, then what is the value of x? What is the value of x? We have understood this concept in polynomials. The value of x will be, in quadratic equations also, the value of x will be 4 and minus 4. Now why I have written 4 and minus 4? Because square of 4 is also 16 and square of minus 4 is also 16. Hence we will going to have two values of x, 4 and minus 4. So this R point can have two different values, can have two different locations. R point can be, this is 4,6, or R point can be minus 4,6. Okay, these are the two values of R. Now what is given? Now we need to determine distance QR and PR. Okay, so in this case if I calculate QR this distance, so Q point will be 0, 1 and here also Q point will be 0, 1. Okay, so by calculating the distance QR will become square root of, this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2, so 0 x2 minus x1 is minus 4 square, plus y2 minus y1 will give you minus 5 square. Okay, but in this case QR will be equals to, again x2 minus x1, sorry, this is x2, okay, I have written it wrong. This is x2 minus x1 is 4, x2 minus x1 is 5. Okay, so this is 4 and 5 whole square. Here also minus 4 minus 0 is minus 4 whole square, plus 6 minus 1 is 5 whole square. Okay, so in this way we can calculate QR in both the cases, because we have two different values of R, two different values of x. That's why we have two different distances. But you can see the length, the distances are equal. Okay, there is no change in distances. It's just about the location of R point. Here it is located at 4,6, here it is located at minus 4,6. And similarly we can calculate the length PR. Point P is 5, minus 3. Here also point P will remain 5, minus 3. Okay. Now PR will be equals to what? Square root of, in this case it will be this x1 y1, x2 y2. So x2 minus x1 will give you minus 1 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 will give you 9 whole square. Okay. 6 minus of minus 3 will become plus 3. So 6 plus 3 is 9, that is 9 square. Then this is PR. PR value here also square root of, this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So 5 minus of minus 4 will give you 9 square plus minus 3 minus 6. Okay, this is x2, this is minus 3 minus 6 will give you minus 9 square. Okay, so what you need to do, you just need to solve these two values, and you can see that PR distance is different in both the cases, but QR distance is constant. Why it is so? Because in question it is given that Q is equidistant from both the points. Okay, Q is equidistant from both the points, but it is not given that PR distance is constant. It is not given in the question. So हमें ऐसा मानना भी नहीं है. जनरली हमें कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है कि PR का डिस्टेंस यहाँ पे अलग दिख रहा है एंड दिस इज व्हाट, यस, यहाँ पे अलग दिख रहा है, यहाँ पे अलग दिख रहा है, तो हो सकता है कि हमने वैल्यू गलत निकाली, बट ऐसा नहीं है. PR का डिस्टेंस कुछ भी हो, हमें उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है. हमें सिर्फ एक कंडीशन को फॉलो करना है, दैट इज Q is equidistant from both the points P and R. Okay, so in this way you need to solve this question number 11, and you can further simplify this. It's very simple. So this is the question number 11, and we have completed up to question number 11. So from next lecture we will going to study section formula and questions, practice questions based on section formula. Okay, so you can note this.